Good day everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today let's talk about how to fast track your decluttering. So the tips that I will be sharing today are things that I have applied in my life, and it did fast track my decluttering, I think from midway in 2019, so last year. It has been my dream to have a more simple, minimal life in the last decade, and it was only last year that I was able to really fast track everything, because before I was just doing little bits of changes here and there, but I wasn't seeing any major changes at all. The thesis is you must understand that decluttering and simplifying all starts in the mind. So you've got to make that decision to declutter and then follow through whatever plan that you have set up. The hardest part is starting and following through a plan. It's easy to come up with a plan. The hardest part is the execution. That's why I am emphasizing that you really have to start here and make that decision, because once you make the decision, things will fall into place. Trust me, it will. And these are the 3 things that I did, and I imagined that I had to go through these, and what will I do to fast track my declutter. So imagine that you are about to leave your house or sell the house, or someone else is moving in. So you've got a period of 3 to 6 months to declutter. When I imagined that I wanted to sell my house in the next 3 to 6 months, that helped me in fast tracking my declutter. When you are about to sell your house and you want to stage the house, you don't want a cluttered house. When I bought this house, they really staged it very well, and I know that they would have displayed very minimal items, because then it looked big and roomy and just how I wanted it to be. That helped. And another thing is, I also imagine it, say if someone else is moving in, which means that I really have to clear if they are staying in the guest room, which means that I've got to clear that wardrobe to provide space for their stuff. That helped me a lot as well. The way I did my declutter, when I wanted to clear the guest bedroom, I moved everything to the second guest bedroom or things in the garage, and that's how I started to edit and declutter some of my stuff, because I tricked my mind to thinking that someone else will be moving in, which means I've got to clear as much space to make space for their stuff. Okay, so the second tip is a bit morbid. Imagine that you only have 6 months to live. What are you going to do with your life and with your stuff? Someone shared that to me. I interviewed him for an article last year, and he's a very successful business person. He owns this big data center in Melbourne. I interviewed him about cybersecurity at that time. When I mentioned to him that I wanted to do more studies, he was the one who gave me the idea of, if you only have 6 months to live, what are you going to do with your life? So he said to me, Marissa, you really have to think through what that means to you. It was just timely that when I interviewed him and he shared to me this wisdom, that I was going through my decluttering process, but then it was so slow. But when I came home and meditated on what he said for a few days, and true enough, when I thought about if I only have 6 months to live, I would want my house to be very simple and minimal, and so that any family members or friends who will have to look after whatever is left, then they will not have too much issues about it. So I don't think that they will be interested in a lot of things that I am very interested in, or things that I have been keeping for years, and they'll probably be thinking, why is she keeping these? It's a very morbid way of thinking, but that actually helped me fast track my declutter. So the third tip is, if you are a Christian and you are a believer of rapture and the tribulation, and you actually long for the rapture, when rapture comes and tribulation comes, every physical and material things that we have will mean nothing. Then I think that will help fast track your declutter. When I focus on that, it was so much easier for me to get rid a lot of my stuff. There are still things that I value right now, but at a very high level, it's more being ready about not having everything that I have. And also thinking about, I came into this world with nothing, so inevitably I will be leaving this world with nothing. So that principle helped me so much to be not too attached on things. This is the things that keeps going in my mind as well as I still go through, because trust me, I still have so much. But a lot of the things that I have now are more to do with the things that I love, which is fashion. So clothing, accessories, shoes, handbags, jewelry. So those are the things that I find that I still have plenty of that. But then again, I have plenty of relatives and friends that I know would love some of my stuff. And if you have any other tips about fast tracking declutter, share them below. And I'm always curious in finding out the thought process behind people when they go through simplification and minimalism, especially on how you fast track decluttering. So those are my 3 tips if you want to fast track your declutter. Alright, thank you all for watching. See you again next time. Cheers. Bye bye.